At Randwick and Kenny Callender, more big races, and the Queen Elizabeth Stakes the pick.
You're spot on, Bear. The clash of the Melbourne Cup winner Jearn and the glamour 3-year-old Dane win in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes is definitely the highlight of the day. But it's just one of the racing attractions we're going to bring you on the wide world of sports. We'll also be showing the AJC Australian Oaks, the Sydney Cup and the Darley Double from Melbourne. First up, we'll see the Oaks, and in this race, I think the Melbourne filly Northwood Plume is just too good. With me is a man who's ridden two winners of the Oaks, Gary Willits. Gary, do you like Northwood Plume?
I certainly do, Ken. I think she'll win the AJC Oaks, then she'll also go on and nearly win the Caulfield Cup. I think she's a very good filly.
What about the Sydney Cup, Gary?
The Sydney Cup, I'm sticking with the New Zealander Royal Tiara. He's an Auckland Cup winner and he's got 52 kilos. I think he's fired in, actually.
I like Air Seattle in the Cup. His last three runs have been at weight for age. Back to handicap class, he's a lot better suited. In the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, I like the 3-year-old Dane win. I think you'll sit on Durbridge to the turn, then shoot away, see you later. I hope so anyway. Gary, what do you like in that?
Well, I'm going to have to stick with Jearn. I've followed him all the way through and I hope the real one stands up today. But for you horse lovers at home, even if you're not having a bet, you have a look at Durbridge and Jearn, you won't see two better looking horses anywhere.
Good luck to everybody and good luck to you, Bear.
Man, good luck to you, Ken. And good luck to you, Kenny Sutcliffe and Maxie. You've been described as cabaret commentators, so just to
yeah.
Everything's coming.
Man who's always on the money, well, we hope he is, Kenny Callender. He's waiting at Royal Randwick with the good oil on the Oaks. And Kenny, I just wish I was out there. Ran hot on Monday.
You sure did, Kenny. I wish we'd have all stuck with you. But in this race, every man and his dogs is tipping number one Northwood Plume, the filly from Melbourne. She's at long odds on. I like her, and Gary Willits, I think you like it too.
Oh, Ken, she looks magnificent. I've just been watching her walking around the mountain yard here, wandering around, very relaxed filly, and I think she'll go on with the job.
Okay, she's already won over 2,500 in Melbourne, 2,400 today, and the tote punters have backed her into the tune of $1.50 for $1 investment. That's odds of 2 to 1 on. So $1.50 is the return. These are TAB dividends, remember, not odds now on our board. Denarani is showing at $21. Number 3, Beau Art from West Australia at $17. Number 4, Euphoria at $17. Mick Dittman rides her. Vedodara ran second to Northwood Plume at Rose Hill. TAB number 5 has come in a little bit now to $15. Light Up the World from the Gay Waterhouse stable. The only thing is, can she run the distance? She's out from $7.50 to $8. Number 7, Circles of Gold, out now to $17. Number 8, Love Dance at $40. Staying Alive, number 9, has come in a little bit now to just over $17. $80 for Rain in Spain, $100 for Magnetic Bell and Espresso. Centane's Gift is at $67. All Schmoss from the Lee Friedman stable at $100, and the roughie of the field, Momenti, at $200. It does look like Northwood Plume, Kenny Sutcliffe, but you'd need a pay packet like yours to back her.
Yeah, well, it's a bit fatter after last night, I can tell you that. But I know I'm not going to take any chances there. We'll be returning to Randwick later for the running of the Oaks. And
thanks very much, Max. Gary, Northwood Plume certainly looks the one.
Oh, yeah, and so relaxed, Ken. I think that's what makes her such a great racehorse.
OK, the prices haven't changed much. Northwood Plume is out to $1.60, still long odds on. Denarani from the Cummings stable into $15, $17 Beau Art, the same Euphoria, $13 Vedodara, $7.50 second favourite, out to $8 now Light Up the World, 17 Circles of Gold, 40 Love Dance, 17 Staying Alive, 80 Rain in Spain, 100 Magnetic Bell and Espresso, 67 Centane's Gift, 100 Al Schmoss and 200 to 1 Momenti. Right, the favourite in the race is Northwood Plume. She's trained by Lee Friedman. Lee's Sydney stable manager is his brother Anthony. Earlier, I spoke with Anthony Friedman about Northwood Plume's chances. Anthony Friedman, we all think that Northwood Plume is the best filly in Australia. Everything ship-shape for today?
Yeah, certainly everything's gone on well from the other day, and she's certainly as good as the other day, so we're hoping.
Is she as good as when she won the Victoria Oaks?
Probably, yeah. She had a few problems in the spring, and she was pretty much at the end of a tether there, and I'd say she's at least as good anyway.
From an inside alley, will you take a forward position?
I think, probably the first 5 or 6 is probably the place to be.
Well, good luck with that.
Thanks.
Yeah, Anthony Friedman, and the second favourite in the Oaks is Light Up the World. There she is with Shane Dye aboard, and her trainer is Gay Waterhouse. Here she is. Gay Waterhouse, we know you're a very clever lady, but can you get Light Up the World, Rory's Jester filly, to run 2,400 metres?
We'll soon know after the race after next. I think that she'll be very hard to beat in the race, Ken. She's one of the best fillies in Australia, and you'd know better than even there's a lot of the punters watching today, that the best fillies fight out the Oaks. You mightn't be a true blue stayer, but the best of their age and sex always fight out the race, and she'll fight the race out today.
I presume since the Queen of the Turf Stakes there's been a lot of pace work to get her ready for this?
No, I've had in mind the Oaks all along, and I said to my dad the other day, this is what I want to run, I said this is what I've been planning to run her in, and the Doncaster I thought was a good hit out last time. I mean, you can't get a more prestigious hit out than the Group 1 Doncaster last Saturday.
And what about our old mate Pharaoh?
Well, Pharaoh, I think he's got an outstanding chance today. I've got two runners in that event, All Our Mob, who's a question at the 2,000 metres, and of course Pharaoh, who you know will run the 2,000 metres. And I don't think there's much between either horse. And I would hate to be tipping you Pharaoh and All Our Mob getting up at double-figure odds. But both have got fabulous chances.
Well, good luck with all of them.
Thank you, Ken.
Yes, Gay Waterhouse, and she spoke of Light Up the World running in the Doncaster and then the Oaks. Well, Anna Lee, trained by her dad Tommy, won the Doncaster and then won the Oaks. But, well, Gaz, she'll need to be on a medal today, Light Up the World, to beat Northwood Plume.
She certainly will, and I think the breeding's a little bit of the problem there by Rory's Jester. I don't know whether many of them have stayed the distance.
Exactly right. But they're going into line, as you can see, for the Oaks. Time now to cross to the best caller in the business, John Tapp.
Good on you, Kenny. The AJC Australian Oaks it is, and Randwick is basking in brilliant sunshine as these fillies move into the starting stalls, which are occupied in the home straight, right at the 200 metres mark, exactly where they started the Derby last Saturday. Now, there's Rain in Spain going up. Her jockey, Justin Sheehan, was involved in a minor motor accident on his way to the track. He was uninjured, but he felt a little upset, a little shaken up when he got here, and felt that in the best interests of the filly and the owners, Don and Val Story, that he should stand down. And Michael Evans has picked up the ride. Now, Vito Dara goes in for Grant Cooksley, and we wait for Al Smooze to move up on the extreme outside of the field for Aaron Kennedy. And they're just about set and ready for dispatch in the AJC Australian Oaks. Starter Bill Cooper onto his stand, has the button, they're ready to break, starting where they started last Saturday's Derby. The stall's open, they're off and running, and Staying Alive and Espresso are both a shade slow to move. Light Up the World bounced out in front of Northwood Plume. Circles of Gold and Love Dance began well, and Al Smooze is quickly cruising over from the outside, followed by Momenti, Magnetic Bell on the fence, Euphoria dropping into a good spot on the outside of Rain in Spain, and then Espresso and Vito Dara, followed by Staying Alive, Centane's Gift, and the last couple of Danarani and Boart as they leave the straight. Down the side now to the 1900 metres mark, Circles of Gold is drawn out to lead Light Up the World. In third place, Al Smooze, a length and a half, Northwood Plume on the inside of Love Dance, followed by Magnetic Bell, and then Momenti, a little more than a length to Rain in Spain on the inside of Euphoria. Vito Dara pulling, followed by Espresso. Centane's Gift is travelling three wide as they go over the mile crossing, and then Staying Alive and Danarani, and 2 lengths away last is Boart, and they're pretty well spread out. In the back straight, the leader, Circles of Gold, by about 2.5 now to Al Smooze, who's getting closer. Light Up the World in third place, a length to Love Dance, a half away Northwood Plume. 2 lengths further back close to the fence is Magnetic Bell, followed by Momenti, and then Rain in Spain, Euphoria, followed by Vito Dara. Further back, Espresso, Danarani, Centane's Gift, and the last couple of Boart and Staying Alive. Past the 1200 mark, Circles of Gold in front. Now she got fired up a bit, this leader, led by 2 to Al Smooze, Light Up the World third, then Love Dance, Northwood Plume, followed by Momenti, Magnetic Bell, Euphoria, and then Rain in Spain. Further back on the outside, Espresso, followed by Vito Dara. A gap to Centane's Gift, Danarani, Staying Alive second last, and Boart on the fence last as they go over the crossing. At the 800 mark, Circles of Gold the leader, Al Smooze in second place, Light Up the World is third, Love Dance on the outside, Northwood Plume on the rail as they come to the 600 mark, followed by Momenti. Rain in Spain starting a forward move 3 deep, and now they're bunching up, followed by Euphoria, Magnetic Bell. At the head of the others, Espresso, then Vito Dara, Staying Alive, Danarani, and well back Centane's Gift, and Boart is about to take off around the field as they swing the corner. Into the straight, Circles of Gold the leader, over Al Smooze, Light Up the World about to get the rails run, and then Love Dance followed by Northwood Plume, taking a little while to get going. To the 200 mark, Circles of Gold about to be joined by Light Up the World. Here's Northwood Plume, Love Dance, and further out Euphoria. Circles of Gold tackled by Northwood Plume, Love Dance, further out Euphoria. Circles of Gold fighting back. She's a half length on Northwood Plume, Love Dance. They can't pick up the leader, and Circles of Gold led all the way to win. Circles of Gold beat Northwood Plume and Love Dance, followed by Danarani. Euphoria had her chance, and then Boart Vito Dara, followed well back in the field by Al Smooze. Light Up the World failed to stay, followed by Rain in Spain. A long way back, Magnetic Bell, Espresso staying alive, and the last couple, Centane's Gift and Momenti.
Well, that was an upset. Brian Smith's Circles of Gold won the Adrian Knox Stakes here last week, and another win for Group 1 Gavin Eads as Light Up the World TAB number 7 to pay upwards of $23 the win and $5.80 the place. Close for second and third. Love Dance for the place number 8 will pay $6.50, and the favourite Northwood Plume will pay $1.20. Their Circles of Gold in front. Northwood Plume had every conceivable chance to run her down, and Love Dance outside of her, and Euphoria in the white cap has run fourth. Gary, no excuses for the favourite.
Oh no, look, Damien Oliver gave Northwood Plume one of his best rides I think I've ever seen him ride, and she was just a little bit disappointing. All the honours with the Circles of Gold, and what a great race that Adrian Knox is for the Oaks, Ken, for a lead up.
Yeah, no doubt about the winner. Circles of Gold, Group 1 Gavin Eads, photo for second and third between Northwood Plume and Love Dance. On that note, we'll take a break and then come back with more on the wide world of sports.
I'm going to go out to Kenny Callender. Kenny?
Yeah, thanks very much, Bear. And those official placings at Randwick were Circles of Gold first, Love Dance second, and Northwood Plume in third place. Okay, the first leg of the double in Melbourne. Teos is showing at $7. Toll Bell $21, Ben's Rocket $4, Num Sing $8, Strictly Ballroom $16, Kendall Star $10, Royal Standing is the first of the scratchings, $13 Rare and Brave, Vero's last at $60, Top Edition $11, Universal Ambition upwards of $34, Sagacious Lass and Guns Blazing are out, Rancho's Coup at $6, Poacher's Star is out, Mandormus well in the market at $12, Knight's Tale $34, Temperate Night $21, Spanish Rain is a scratching, and Seclude at $67. Back to you, Bear.
Go on, you can. Thanks. Okay, there is just one AFL.
Thanks, Kenny. This is an update, and they're behind the barrier, so we'll be pretty quick. Teos, very consistent. Teos is showing at $7. Toll Bill at $26, $4 Ben's Rocket, Num Sing at $9, Strictly Ballroom at $17, $9 Kendall Star, Royal Standing is out, $15 Rare and Brave, $67 Vero's last, Top Edition at about $12, Universal Ambition at $41, the next two are out, Rancho's Coup very solid at $6, Poacher's Star is out, $12 solid again, Mandormus, $41 Knight's Tale, just over $26 now for Temperate Night, Spanish Rain is out, and $67 Seclude to be ridden by Jason Patton. I thought the top weight, Teos, had a very good chance. Gary Willetts, what did you think?
Well, I like Ben's Rocket. He was very impressive the other day, but one I do like is the horse Rancho's Coup number 14, and I see there's been a bit of money for it, Ken.
Yeah, very, very solid in the market. Going into line there, number 9 is Vero's Last, one of the roughies. Looks like most of them are going in. Top Edition following him in. He's a little bit more in the market, about a 10 or 12 to 1 chance. And there is, I think, Mandormus, followed up by the top one, Teos, which
he seems to pay for his consistency, Ken. He really deserves a win, but by geez, very consistent horse, and he's always up on the weights.
Yeah, TAB number 11 going forward now, Universal Ambition, one of the roughies, followed up by Temperate Night, who's also at long odds, and Seclude, who's at a very long price. Okay, Gaz, they're just about all in. I think it's, as we wait for Seclude there, why don't we cross down to Sandown to our caller, John Russell. Here he is.
Seclude coming up. Soon be ready. Num Sing goes in. Seclude to move in. Thank you, Nick, and they're all ready to run here as Seclude moved in, waiting for the light. Ben Chaffee handicap, first leg of our double here in Victoria. Lights on, off they run, and they jumped away pretty well too. Rancho's Coup began nicely along the inside with Top Edition. Mandormus going fast, and Ben's Rocket up in the leading group early, being followed by Talbella, and Rare and Brave is just in behind them, being followed by Taos, getting into a handy position, followed by Temperate Night and Varro's Last. Strictly Ballroom centre field, a length to Universal Ambition, followed by Knight's Tale. Seclude is back behind them. Kendall Star second last, and Num Singer's trailed out to last. Coming down the side at the 900 metre mark, Rancho's Coup a half length clear of Talbella, a length and a half Mandormus on the outside of Top Edition, followed by Ben's Rocket. 2 lengths away Taos, a length to Rare and Brave. They're followed by Varro's Last on the inside of Temperate Night. Strictly Ballroom, Universal Ambition behind them. Seclude, Knight's Tale, Kendall Star and Num Singer. Coming up to the home turn, 600 metres out, Rancho's Coup by a neck on Talbella, a length and a half Mandormus, followed by Ben's Rocket around the outside of Top Edition. Then Taos, at the head of the others came Rare and Brave, wide to Temperate Night as they straighten up. Strictly Ballroom, Kendall Star's a long way back inside the final 400 metres. Rancho's Coup's in front of Talbella, Mandormus and Ben's Rocket being called upon for his effort. He's coming home fairly well, and Taos is back behind them. Rancho's Coup is the leader from Talbell. Ben's Robert, and down the outside Taos is joining in, and so is Rare and Brave. Talbell's in front of Taos, coming down with 100 metres left to go. Talbell just in front, Taos driving at it on the inside, but Talbell will see it out. Talbell wins it from Taos with Ben's Rocket third. Close up Rare and Brave, they're followed by Kendall Star, then Seclude, Num Sing, followed by Universal Ambition and Knight's Tale, and back behind them is Strictly Ballroom. Varro's Last further back, Rancho's Coup, followed by Mandormus, and a long way back towards the tail of the field is Temperate Night.
And as we pick them up, Talbell is just about to go past Rancho's Coup, and at this stage, coming down the middle of the track in the red sleeves, I thought Taos was certain to pick him up, but Talbell gets to the lead. Peter Mertens pulls the whip, and Gary Willits, he found plenty.
He certainly did, and he's a very good horse. He races very well at Sandown, this horse. You can see him going to the line, really puts that head out. There's your horse, Taos, and the red colours coming there. Just cannot go on with it, Ken.
As soon as I cheered, he failed to find any more, and Talbell...
Calendar has an early market on the Sydney Cup at Royal Randwick. Kenny.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ken. The market's only just gone up, so it's a bit of a rush, but I think I've got them all for you. Number 1, Dark Czar at $10. Number 2, Air Seattle at $9. Number 3, Cross Swords, $26. Number 4, Quick Ransom, $8.50. Starstruck at $10. Irish Rort at the same. Mystic Cash, Mick Dittman's mount, $51. How long since we've seen Mick on a 50 to 1 chance? Nasabidi, $16. And I'll tell you something about Mick's mount, it's got a chance. $16 Nasabidi, $34 Nasarich. Royal Tiara is showing at $11. Number 11, Strike High at $41. Number 12, Super Monarch, just on $10. Number 13, Balmaressa is showing $13. Number 14, Dakar, is showing at... yeah, Balmaressa, I'm sorry I gave you the wrong drum there. It's into $11. It's Dakar that's $13. Number 15, Gold Sovereign, is at $100. Number 16, Spiritual Star, is showing $11. Booked is a scratching, then out to 200 to 1 Oaks Day. I've got that right now. And the bottom one, Stockton Wood, I'm a little bit overs there. He's only showing at $26. In a very, very open Sydney Cup, I thought Air Seattle had a good chance. Gary, what did you think?
Well, I like Royal Tiara. I thought, you know, with 52 kilos on her back, she'll shake the life out of them.
It's no Melbourne Cup field, Maxie Walker, but it's a pretty good field all the same.
Well done, boys. We'll be back to you shortly. Okay, how would you like a...
Yeah, thanks very much, Ken. And I've also got Gary Willits with me. Gaz, you're sticking with the Kiwi?
I certainly are, Ken. She's walking around here, looks nice and relaxed. Number 10.
The Royal Tiara. Me, I'm going for Air Seattle, number 2. The total prices, number 1, Dark Czar from Adelaide is at $10. Air Seattle is at $9.50. $26 Cross Swords. $8.50 Quick Ransom. $10 Starstruck. $11 Irish Rort. Mystic Cash. Mick Dittman, I can't believe Mick at 50 to 1, $51. Nasabidi, $17. Nazi Rich, $41. Royal Tiara, $10. Strike High, $40. Super Monarch, $9.50. Balmaressa, $10. Dakar, $13. Gold Sovereign, $100. Spiritual Star, $11. Booked is a scratching. Oaks Day, $200. And Stockton Wood, TAB number 19, is at $26. Okay, the previous race here at Randwick was the Frank Packer Plate. Let's look at a replay of the closing stages.
Well, at the 200, Juggler drew to the lead over Perfect World. Glide Away running on strongly, followed by Law of the Land and Stay Tuned. Juggler clear with 100 to go. Glide Away running into second place, finishing on strongly, but Juggler with that good turn of foot put 2.5 lengths on Glide Away in the last little bit, and he races away to win another one impressively. Juggler beat Glide Away and Law of the Land.
And there are the happy connections of the winner at the presentation after the race, which was conducted by long-time Packer family friend and employee, Mr. David McNichol, who is now in his 80th year, but looks as sprightly as ever. And he was very complimentary to the owners of Juggler, and I think you should follow Juggler. The Frank Packer Plate won't be the last good race he wins. Kenny Sutcliffe, you should remember that.
I do. I remember his run there a week or so back. A terrific horse. Early in the show, we took you to the top of the mountain in the French
Tipping winners. Somebody who's definitely cast in the stayer mould is Kenny Callender. Kenny, what have you got for us?
Yeah, well, thanks for the wrap, Max. I've got with me Gary Willits, and 21 years ago, the Sydney Cup changed Gary Willits' life. Fair to say that, Gary?
Oh, I definitely can. And look, I can just remember like it was yesterday. I can even remember doing the preliminary on him.
And the horse you won on, of course?
Oh, Battle Heights.
What a marvel he was.
He was a tremendous horse. Great horse.
Did he win easily, Gary?
He won by a neck from a horse called Grand Scale, but I think there was 8 lengths back to the third horse.
I wish we had him back here, but we haven't, and these are the horses we have. Number 1, Dark Czar, is showing at $10. Air Seattle, $9.50. $31 now for last year's winner, Cross Swords. Quick Ransom at $8.50. $10 Starstruck, $11 Irish Rort. Mystic Casher, Ruffy, $51. $17 Nasabidi. $41 Nazi Rich. $9.50 Royal Tiara. $41 Strike High. $9.50 Super Monarch. $10 Balmaressa. $13 Dakar. $100 Gold Sovereign, $11 Spiritual Star. Booked is a scratching. Oaks Day at $201, Stockton Wood at $26. When it comes to 3,200 metre races, the man to see is Bart Cummings. After all, he's trained 9 Melbourne Cup winners, and he's got 2 runners in this race, Super Monarch and Nazarich. Gary Willits caught up with Bart earlier.
Bart Super Monarch, he was a beaten favourite last start, but I think the wet track had a lot to do with it.
Yes, Gary, at the last weekend here, the horses were racing, winning near the lead, and his normal pattern of racing is settled down well back in the field, but they weren't winning that way, and he had a talk before the race and decided to see if he could get midfield or somewhere near that, but being drawn wide, he finished up running about third out of the straight. When they eased the pace, he just pulled too hard and never finished the race off. But fine track today. Hopefully he'll repeat his form in the Manion Cup, where he went from last to first in the straight.
Well, he was certainly very impressive that day. Well, we wish you all the best, and I hope we see you in the winner's circle.
Yes, Gary, it's a nice race to win. As you won it about 21 years ago, you was telling me. What was the name of the horse?
Battle Heights. He was a great horse.
Yeah, time goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly does.
Okay.
All right, all the best.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
And Bart won this race with the greatest stayer I've seen, Galilee, and he treated his rivals like hacks when he won the Sydney Cup in 1967 after winning the Melbourne Cup 6 months earlier. Gary, there's
what a horse he was. We won the Sydney Cup by about 8 lengths, didn't he, Ken?
Oh, yeah, he was something special. Johnny Miller made 2 runs on him, but he still won easily. And Johnny Miller's wife, incidentally, in a bit of a coincidence, trains Starstruck, one of the runners in this race, TAB number 5. Well, there's going to be a little bit of time here before they go in. Nope, they start to go in. There's Air Seattle going in now, followed by Quick Ransom from the Lee Friedman stable now. Formerly trained in England, came out here for the last Melbourne Cup. Well, they go.
Royal Tiara, I just saw go in then.
My word, Gary's tip is Royal Tiara, and my tip is that Johnny Tapp will call a brilliant race. He always does. Here he is.
Thanks, Keno. Yes, the Swept Sydney Cup is coming along for decision. We have 4 or 5 runners to move in. Now, they start this in the 1,000-metre chute where they start so many of the 2-year-old races. And actually, they travel about 900 metres to the winning post the first time and then 1 complete circuit of the track. Now, waiting on Cross Swords to come up, and also Dark Czar, whose colours are rather similar to Royal Tiaras, and Darcher. Darcher is carrying the colours that were carried many, many years ago by a great horse called Windbag. Now they're set. Now the last couple move up. Darcher is about the last one to go into a wide barrier. And the starter, Billy Cooper, looks at his watch. sees that they're right on time, and he's onto his stand and has the button, and they're ready to go. Off and running in the Sydney Cup, a good start, and Gold Sovereign and Darcher wide out are away quickly over Stockton Wood, followed by Cross Swords, Balmaressa. Air Seattle began well and getting through into a handy spot as Royal Tiara soon after the start. Quick Ransom, one of the leaders, followed by Mystic Cash, and Starstruck on the fence is prominent coming around the turn the first time. NASA Rich is next, and then Irish Wrought on the fence, followed by Strike High. Further back is Oaks Day. On the fence then is Dark Czar, followed by Spiritual Star and Super Monarch, and back at the tail is NASA Biddy. Coming around the first turn the first time, about 2,600 metres out, and Gold Sovereign led by nearly 3 lengths to Darcher second. Mystic Cash is third on the fence, a length and a half to Cross Swords, a similar margin to Quick Ransom, who's about 4 deep, and the rider will have little option but to go up closer. Then Stockton Wood, followed by Starstruck. Air Seattle wants to throw his head about on the inside of Royal Tiara. Then Irish Wrought, followed by Balmaressa. Strike High on the outside of NASA Rich, followed by Spiritual Star. Then Dark Czar, Oaks Day, and the last couple NASA Biddy and Super Monarch. At the judge, they've got a lap to go, and Gold Sovereign is a clear-cut leader. Quick Ransom about to move to a clear-cut second. Mystic Cash third on the inside, followed by Darcher, and then Cross Swords, a little more than a length to Stockton Wood, given the run of the race by Lisa Crop. A gap to Royal Tiara. Starstruck midfield on the fence, about 2.5 then to Irish Wrought, followed closely as they go down the side of the track by NASA Rich, and further back then came Balmaressa. Strike High is a good way back at that stage with Dark Czar, followed by Spiritual Star from Super Monarch and Oaks Day, and NASA Biddy is last. They're pretty well spread out in the run to the crossing at the mile. Gold Sovereign is the leader. Quick Ransom second. Mystic Cash is third on the fence as they go to the back, followed by Darcher. Then Cross Swords, who won the race last year. He's in a perfect posse. A length away, Royal Tiara, followed by Starstruck, Stockton Wood from Irish Wrought, and then Air Seattle. NASA Rich well back on the inside of Balmaressa from Oaks Day. Then Strike High, Dark Czar, Spiritual Star, Super Monarch, and NASA Biddy is last. Down the back they go with about 20 lengths covering the field. Gold Sovereign in front by a length and a half to Quick Ransom, a half to Mystic Cash, about 2 then to Darcher. A neck away on the fence, Cross Swords. Oaks Day starting a forward move, followed by Royal Tiara. A length to Starstruck, and then Stockton Wood, Irish Wrought, Air Seattle. Further back, NASA Rich, and then Balmaressa, Dark Czar, giving them a tidy start. Then Strike High, followed by Spiritual Star and Super Monarch, and NASA Biddy on the outside as last as they come to the crossing at the 800. The leader, Gold Sovereign, over Quick Ransom. And as they race down past that mark, in third place, Oaks Day, 3 and 4 deep, followed by Mystic Cash from Darcher, Royal Tiara coming into it. Then Starstruck, Cross Swords, and Stockton Wood as they start to pack up. Further back, Irish Wrought, followed by Air Seattle. Then NASA Rich, Balmaressa, Strike High, Spiritual Star. Dark Czar well back with NASA Biddy, and Super Monarch is last under pressure as they turn for home. Gold Sovereign, the leader, coming over the rise. Got away by 2.5 to Darcher, getting to second. Then Mystic Cash and Quick Ransom, followed by Cross Swords. Here's Starstruck into the clear, running on strongly, followed by Royal Tiara. At the 200, Gold Sovereign, the leader. Darcher and Starstruck are trying desperately to pick him up. Gold Sovereign still in front. Darcher grabs him now. Darcher takes the lead close to home, and the windbag colours. Look at Dark Czar jumping out of the ground with Balmaressa, but Darcher held on to win the cup, about a neck to the fast finishing Dark Czar. Third's close, Gold Sovereign or Balmaressa wide out. Starstruck didn't go on. From Irish Wrought, Mystic Cash, Spiritual Star, Super Monarch never in it. Then Quick Ransom, Cross Swords, NASA Biddy, Strike High, Air Seattle, Stockton Wood, and NASA Rich and Royal Tiara. Disappointing last home in the swept Sydney Cup.
And the winner, Darcher, if you've backed him upwards of $15 a win and $4.20 the place. As we pick it up, that's Darcher on the outside of Gold Sovereign. Gold Sovereign running his best race for a long, long time for Aaron Kennedy. But Darcher, Brett Preble from Melbourne, gets to the front. Now Dark Czar comes out of the ground in the last few bounds for Wayne Harris and gets to within a neck of the winner. No doubt that the winner is Darcher. Second will be Dark Czar, and will line up third between Balmaressa and Gold Sovereign in this longer range shot. Now that's Darcher getting to Gold Sovereign. Starstruck can't come on in the purple cap. Now Dark Czar, yellow cap further out, and then widest of all is Balmaressa. So it's Darcher hitting the front, getting the cash. Dark Czar dashing home for second. And boy, oh boy, it's close for third, Gary Willits.
Oh, it certainly is, and what a great thrill this will be for young Brett Preble.
Okay, it's official now, 14, 1 and 15. Darcher first, Darkstar second, and Gold Sovereign hanging on for third. Number 15 will pay over $25 for a place in a very exciting 1995 Sydney Cup as we take a break from Royal Randwick.
Yeah.